Actions and inactions from state leaders are what got us here, and it's costing people's lives. ABC 15's Nicole Grigg live outside the state capitol with the real impact. Cases are rising as the governor appears to be on the defense. Nicole?
Hi, Steve. Well, the real human toll is right here behind me outside the state capitol tonight. This man right here buried today. He had COVID-19. Others now also gathering outside the state capitol. And let's be clear here. The governor decided not to brief the public today on COVID-19. Instead, with Arizona becoming the talk of the country for how bad it is, the governor's office was sending emails to media outlets wanting to clarify those national reports. Arizona is number 1, Bahrain is number 4. That's the headline from the New York Times. But hours after this new report, the governor's office appearing to be on the defense, sending out a response saying Arizona has done more testing per 100,000 people, saying in part, quote, "None of this is to diminish the situation in Arizona. It is serious and the state is working to address it, but this reporting is misleading at best."
We're actually seeing early indications of a percent of positive testing flattening in Arizona and Florida and Texas.
The vice president in a White House briefing saying Arizona is a state with encouraging new numbers coming out.
Governors in each of those states have taken strong steps to flatten the curve. And again, as Dr. Birx will describe, we're beginning to see early indications that positivity is flattening, and in Arizona and Florida, we are beginning to see declining numbers of emergency room visits as well.
The state's own data showing record numbers in COVID-19 visits to the emergency room in the past 24 hours, but there is no sustained growth at this time. As for Arizona's positivity flattening, data analyst Garrett Archer has been tracking the numbers daily.
We are starting to see a plateau in both of those metrics. There's sort of some variability there, as if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Good thing being that we're starting to reach sort of a peak infection rate, but the bad thing could be that we have a processing capacity and we've sort of reached it, and we're going to start missing tests and missing cases.
No public briefings from Governor Doug Ducey since last Monday, but if you follow his Twitter feed, he was on a call with the vice president earlier this week and on another call this morning with governors from around the country. The newest information we're getting coming directly from the White House.
This morning, Governor Ducey looked at everything, thought a surge site would be helpful in West Phoenix. He requested that, and we're contracting that right now.
That new announcement coming down from the feds that the governor has now requested a surge site for testing in West Phoenix. The only information we have is this will be for thousands of tests over a matter of days. And we're also learning that Governor Ducey gets a weekly report from the White House. In it, recommendations and warnings.
This is what the report looks like. Of course, they're full side pages. This is Alaska's. On the front page is our interpretation of what we're seeing relevant to their epidemic, with specific recommendations related to where we see them as far as being in a danger zone.
Now, I did put in a request for a copy of the latest weekly report. I made a request with the White House as well as the governor's office, so we will let you know if we get that. As for the families out here grieving tonight, they want the governor to know that his decisions are costing lives. Reporting live in Phoenix, Nicole Grigg, ABC 15, Arizona.